In case you missed it, Joe Biden spoke again, and it was his big push for division. Hate each other, damn it! That's basically what he said. So if you don't want to watch it, you don't have to, but here's a clip from Jesse Waters. I love him.
Final pitch to voters. 6 days before the midterms, vote Democrat or democracy dies. Now, we don't know how voting actually kills democracy. We haven't figured that out. But what are we going to replace democracy with? Is it going to be a feudal system, an oligarchy, a religious monarchy? Biden never mentioned that. Instead of bringing up the economy or crime, things that people care about, Joe made it all about January 6th and how Republicans are going to kill the country. Listen.
Now, extreme MAGA Republicans aim to question not only the legitimacy of past elections, but elections being held now and into the future. The extreme MAGA element of the Republican Party, which is a minority of that party, as I said earlier, but is its driving force, is trying to succeed where they failed in 2020, to suppress the right of voters and subvert the electoral system itself. That means denying your right to vote and deciding whether your vote even counts.
I'm joined now by Brian Kilmeade, author of The President and Freedom Fighter, now available in paperback. So this speech backfired so big time because my phone's blowing up with conservatives saying, I cannot believe this guy. I'm going to vote tomorrow, and then I'm going to vote on the 8th again. Like, this is not good.
I think Democrats should be angrier than anyone, and I'm angry. But this is presidential address abuse. I mean, not only are they taking 20 minutes from your show, they're taking 20 minutes from our life because he decides he wants to make an unnecessary address on the auspices that it's about Nancy Pelosi and the incident that happened. Horrific. But we could split the screen now with some horrific things we wake up to every day because of all the video we see on our subways, what we see on our streets on a daily basis. Does he see any of this? The outrageous things that are happening to average, everyday Americans who don't live in mansions in San Francisco.
Is this the only crime that he's ever mentioned specifically in the last 2 years?
He has no empathy for anything else that we're going up there. I mean, that's surveillance footage. That's not a cameraman working. So we don't know what happened with Paul Pelosi, but it sounds horrific. And I don't want it to happen to anyone. But for him to go up there and say, on this moment, Trump and January 6th are tangentially to blame when this is about a nudist guy who flies BLM flags and pride flags, who lives in a bus and sexually abused his children.
And wasn't deported.
And that's because of Trump.
And they wasn't deported by Gavin Newsom.
This is unbelievable, but no one's talking about this.
Do you know also that he is funding this attack on democracy because they plowed, what, like $50 million in all these election deniers? They're all going to win now. They're all going to win. How stupid are these people?
Don Bolduc got, I think, $75 million for him by Chuck Schumer. Mitch McConnell, so
he's
all
these
win. And he's
Carrie
within a point.
Carrie Lake, too.
Is the superstar, I would say, one of the outstanding talents of this whole election season. And you look at Tudor Dixon. Please tell me that she's not formidable when you see her in these debates. And you see what's happening in Oregon. No one's talking about January 6th in 2020. This was unbelievable tonight.
Joe Biden's talking about the election being stolen more than Trump.
No, Trump's smart. Trump's been quiet. You realize that? He's been quiet about this. This is what happens when a president isn't asked to campaign for anyone. He is so bored. He's tired of walking on the beach in Delaware.
Dana said something on the 5. He should have gone to the Phillies game. Gone to the World Series. His wife's a big Phillies fan. Take your wife to the Phillies game. They're at the World Series at home in Philadelphia. And he goes to Union Station and lays an egg like this.
For one thing, why does Dana keep talking sports? It's scaring me. Number two is, do you know his wife? He came out with a statement running down Phillies fans, basically says they're obnoxious.
He did.
To paraphrase. So he put out an unnecessary statement. It's not saying, well, I'm a Pirates fan, and, Pirates fans hate Phillies fans. But he just came out and said a derogatory thing to say about Philadelphia
and he needs
Phillies
these votes in Philly.
I think
for
so.
Fetterman.
That's where he's going.
Yeah, there's a lot more Philadelphians than Pittsburghians.
Right. I'm not sure that's a word, but it's your show. You can say whatever you want. That's your name over your shoulder.
And you know what? Usually we have up on this big screen is Brian at the basement of the bottom of the ocean in sink or swim. He was over. Couldn't answer a single question. I'm sorry. I had to make fun of you about that.
Now
Your
say
book,
something nice.